Now we're going to make a tree bead, and I'm going to use some of the glass that's on the table here. I'm going to cut some sort of earth colors, and I'm going to cut some glass colors, and this bead takes quite a while, so get comfortable. I've been making tree beads now for some time, and in fact I've been drawing trees since I was a little girl. And I want to tell you that if you really want to do nice trees, you should draw them as much as you can, observe them, see how the branches come out of the trunk and how the twigs really work. Try different kinds of trees. Try drawing trees exactly. Try drawing them in pointillism. Try all kinds of ways, and you'll find that this will all reflect in your beads in the end. For a tree bead, you need to start with a landscape. So you're going to have some sky and you're going to have some earth. So first of all, we're going to attach the sky. There's 3 pieces in here. There's a little piece of white in the middle. I've got it in my trusty old clamp. I've got my clear rod to attach it to. Stay in the back flame. Warm everybody up. Now remember, the glass could split, it could jump around. It often does with stained glass scrap. But that's sort of part of the fun. So I've attached the 3 pieces. I've got them in the back flame here so that they will heat reasonably slowly to begin with. Because if you shock this flat glass, you can have some hot glass all over the place. It's a very good idea when you're learning to do this work to wear a leather apron, just in case. And always point your glass away from you so that if it should break away, it's going away from you and not towards you. Now we've got it settling down. And I'm touching the flame to the part where the clear glass attaches to the blue every now and then, just to make sure that that doesn't crack up. So here we go, it's softening up. I want to make sure there's no air trapped anywhere here too. Give it a squeeze. And then just sort of squeeze all the glass, because you're trying to make a sort of a wodge. You can pinch the pieces in like that, just always visualizing. Now here's a place that flapped open, so I'm just going to go in there with the flame so that both sides are heated, and then I'm going to pinch it. Good. Good. There we have it. So now I'm going to take my rather warm chips of earth color. They've already been pre-warmed by my leaving them down there. And I'm going to attach them too. Now, when you're making a landscape, you must attach your blue first, your sky first, and then your earth colors, because when you put the glass on the mandrel, you're going to be dealing with putting the earth down first and then the sky. You'll see in a minute. Now, you see that piece of green jumped away, and I'm just going to chase after it. Bring it back up here and attach it. I think it's quite a good idea when I'm showing you how to do something, if something does break away, because it's going to happen to you, and if I demonstrate everything with absolute perfection, you're going to wonder why you can't do it to begin with. It's very, very different from working with the rods. Now I'm picking up that piece of green, and if it breaks up, I'll just chase after it. Here's another piece. There we go. Sort of a game. A little piece under here, pick it up. Why don't you just add another little piece of green just to show you how that works. There we go. It's like mixing paints, really. It's like it's much more of a painting process in some ways. There we go. Now this looks like a mess, but it's going to look like a mess several times along the way. So I just want to really heat this up. I'm going to add some extra heat now. Squeeze it, make it as smooth as possible. There, we're nearly ready to take the next step. I take a mandrel, let's see, I'll take a little skinny one, here we go. I like making big beads with small holes. Sometimes it makes making the jewelry out of the piece much easier. I'm warming the mandrel in the back flame. I'm getting that glass really heated up here. I've got all these lovely colours all mixed together. So I'm ready to start applying the glass. Now always do it at a right angle. See what a big old wad of glass this is? Never fear. Gentle, gentle turning. You don't want to break away your bead separator. So you want your glass to be nice and warm so there's no stress there. And twist it a little just. That will eventually make some hills in the landscape. So I put the earth down first, and now here comes the blue sky. Good. Good, good, good. There we go. Now I'm going to leave this glass on here and I'm going to work on this for a while and see how it's doing. I can always add more. As long as I keep putting this in here just to keep it warm. There we go. And there's a bubble in the glass. We'll deal with that too in due course. There it goes. It's all an occupational hazard, the bubbles. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit more sky on the top here. Just because it's there, I think. I'll straighten it out. Oh. Just a little more. Yeah, just a little more. Wiggle it around a little. There we go. So now we've got the earth tones below and the sky above. Now what you need to do is make sure that the bead is centered. I see a bubble in the glass. I want to show you how I take them out. I'm inclined to just go in with my tweezers and pinch it out and pull it. And then drop my tweezers. You heard that hiss? That's my tweezers going into some cold water. Whenever you can, it's a good idea to chase those bubbles out one way or another. So I'm going to round it with my trusty and favourite little old paddle. There we are. Now I can make a bead, I can make trees on this bead with the shape it is, but I always prefer to flatten it so that I really have a sort of a canvas on which to draw my tree. I'll take it out, let it cool a little. You don't want to be mashing it when it's too soft. And then you look at it and you sort of look for the landscape and see where's the best place to put the tree. And then I pinch it like this. I usually have to close one eye when I look at it just to see that it's even. And here we have a landscape, you see? I'm just going to adjust it just a little bit here and there. Just adjust it like that. And now it's important at this point to turn your torch down because you're going to be dealing with very skinny stringers. And when you're drawing with a stringer, it can just dissolve into blobs unless you have a very thin, small flame. So I'm keeping my bead moving and I'm adjusting my flame way down so it's soft and quiet.